Okay. All right. Sure. Here we are. This is what we're working on. Last time. Okay. So, one thing I noticed when it was all kind of done is her face is off. So we're gonna have to fix that a little bit. So let's make a new layer real quick before anything crazy. All right. So let's see. Oh, it's okay. That would be why it's not working. Okay, so brush, not that. Lord, we'll get it figured out here. All right, so let's see. We've got not that crazy. Yeah, that's a little bit more accurate. So we want that line. Let's zoom out real quick here. Yes. Okay, so that's a lot better. That is going to help quite a bit, I think. Because it already looks really good. We're just tuning it a little now. So we'll get rid of that. Okay. So okay. Sometimes you get funky. There we go. Okay, so I think that's a little bit better. Hey, how's it going? So I do live streaming of art on my channel. And are you serious right now? Sorry, my wife is vacuuming. Yeah, so I do live streaming of my art. So if you like art, I'm here Mondays and Thursdays. And sometimes I'll do sketch requests and stuff to like kick it off if I don't have an idea or something like that. Nope. Sharpen that up a little bit here. Yeah. So welcome, Omar. I hope you enjoy it. Just do that layer now. Okay, so there we go. That's a little bit better, I think. So, okay, I want to put in. Yeah, let's cancel. Kind of. Sometimes it's hard to get that. Working on my original character here. Mal. That's not terrible, but I don't like it that much. I'm trying to figure out which way is giving me the best end of the line. They're both kind of being frustrating, though. Nope. Why are you not erasing the thing I want? There we go. Interesting. Yeah. Not the worst. Yeah, I think it works, at least for now. We could always adjust it later. Never be afraid to adjust your work. No matter how far you're into something, you can always change it, and that's totally fine. So what I want to do actually is this. Right here, I wish there was a better spot to kind of adjust that. That's what I need. Control T. And then so let's see what I want to do with this. Is I want to kind of flatten it a little bit. And let's try not skew, but distort. Actually, there we go. Because I don't want it to move too much from where it was, but I do want to flatten it a smidge. Because I think it was a little too high up. Because your muscle, like, yeah, it kind of does that, but when you rest on it, it will flatten a little bit. So that's what I want, is I want to flatten it a little bit, like that. And let's bring this to that direction and down a little bit. So I want it to kind of match up still, at least a little. So I can kind of bridge that. That's not a big deal. I wish the pen would react the right way. Actually, the other thing I can do is I can just grab the point here. Oh, no. I can do that. does get a little confusing in here. And that happens. So that kind of adjusted a little bit, but there, that fixed that a little bit. There, that's good. Can you say what to draw? I don't know. Is there anything that you enjoy drawing? Okay. No worries. All right, so we got that kind of line back up. So I don't need that right now. All right, that's most of the stuff I need to worry about on this. Just kind of throw some little spots where the lines kind of pinch. Fix those up a little bit. That's the only downside I run into on occasion with this vector line art situation, is it will do that. It will, if you try to kind of do a curve and match the curve with another line, it tends to do that. Tends to pinch at that point where it overlaps and somewhat goes in the same direction, so it can be a problem. But just add another little line there and it's not too bad. And so right now I'm going through and kind of erasing out these weird little spots. Probably gonna have to fix this hand in general, but it's not the worst. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. So I'm gonna go in here and kind of fix it up a little bit. Got two little pinch spots there. So let's see. Yeah, I think that's all of like the little weird. We do have one right there. We got this. Yeah, sometimes like when you're making lines, they just kind of the vector, especially, tend to kind of get out of hand sometimes. On the end, a little taper bit, they can tend to curve randomly at the very end for some reason, and you can just go in and delete those points, so it's not too bad. Let's see if I can drag that out a bit more. Yeah, I think that's probably good. There we go. That matches a little bit better now. So let's see. I still need to give her an eye, at least one. Yeah, I'm gonna delete that. That's probably a bad idea. And sometimes you have to make a decision on whether or not to delete a point. So let's see if I do that. Yeah, creates a gap there that I don't want, but maybe I can drag this in. Yeah, so I can drag that up. It's not a big deal. Sometimes you can adjust these things a little to make them look better. Again, sometimes you get that little weird curve at the end. This is definitely not the exciting part of anything, so I apologize. This is just kind of tuning the last little bit of the line art before I move on to the next stuff. So my apologies if it is boring, but okay, so we've got pretty much all of that done. Need to adjust this hand a little bit. I do need to put in the, actually, yeah, I do need to do that because she does have, this arm is wrapped, so we need to figure that out. Yeah, about probably like that thick. And if you have any questions or comments, I welcome those. Feel free to chime in. It's always fun for me to chat with you guys while I work, so, and I don't always see it right away, so I apologize for that, but I try my best to pay attention to what's going on in chat while I'm working. Sometimes I get a little ahead of myself, or like I get really zoned in and I miss it, but I do try to respond to you guys as soon as I see it. Okay, so what we're gonna have to figure out here is how this is going to come down and around and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is that right there, and I'm just gonna go to there, I think. So we're gonna ditch those like that. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's not bad. I like that. So yeah, right hand is wrapped up. Got the sleeve situation going on the left hand. I need to come in here and kind of adjust the left. Let's think. Okay. Oop. Did not mean to erase. There we go. Okay, so another thing I can do, I think with this, yes, I can pinch. Okay, so that just kind of moves it. I thought there, I know there is one that adjusts the width. There we go, line width. And that is making it larger. I need to make it narrower. So let's see, let's hit. We'll reconnect that, that's not a big deal. Yeah, so sometimes when you're working with stuff like this, you'll get that kind of situation where to fix something, you're gonna have to make it ugly real quick. Hey, welcome. Or you're not back, I will be back still. Okay. So yeah, so we're gonna go back to the pen tool here, and actually before I do that, let's jump over here. Wow. Okay, so this whole bit here, ditch all of that. All of that can go. Okay, and all of that can go. Hi, how's it going? Thank you. Okay. So let's see. It is hard to like keep it from jumping from line to line, but yeah. There. Okay, so I'll just switch back to the pen now and try and make it nicer. This pen is being stubborn. Yeah, I need to adjust how this pen works. I adjusted it a little bit to make it more dramatic from one end to the other, but it is kind of messing with my flow. I need to have a separate pen for this and one that I can go in and kind of smooth things out with. That doesn't change as drastically. Okay, real quick, let's jump over to this. There we go. So we're going to delete some of these points that I don't like that one. Okay, and that. All right, back to my pen. Again, kind of just smoothing some of these pinches and bumps. Okay, because her hand isn't like a huge focal point for this right now. It's not a big deal if it's not perfect. I don't worry about that. I just want it to be relatively smooth as far as all of this goes. See, this is where we're gonna run into there, these little weird spots. Okay, so we got some of that junk worked out. Work our way back this way. There we go. So we smoothed the hand out a little bit better there. Have this weird excess there. Zoomed in, nothing looks great, so we'll just zoom back out here. Yeah. Okay, so this mouth here, I want to adjust. It needs to come up on that left, her right side. So I'm going to use this. I'm just going to, oh, come on. So undo that real quick. Yeah. So all of that is going to kind of move separately. That's I can't adjust the size of that. That's frustrating. Okay. Let's see. What does that do? Nope. Yeah, it's just going to leave like anchors there. So I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it this way. Just grab the whole thing. And I'm going to yeah, we'll start with distort, I guess. Slide that up, pull it that way. That way. Kind of tilt it. Something like that. Let's see. Let's get out a little ways. Look at that. Yeah. That's not too bad. Should make it a smidge thicker. I wonder if I can. Let's go with that. Slide that up a little bit. Do that, and let's grab the points here and tilt that down. Yeah. Okay, and there. Okay, so then we're gonna merge those. And do it one more time, I think. Nope. Yeah, I think that's probably where we're gonna go with that. And again, just tilt down that, whoops, end there. Just a smidge. Yeah, well, we can fill that. There we go. And we merge that back and just change the name of that. Oh wait. Okay, so we are on the wrong one. And we are going to merge this. There we go. There. All right, so thicken that mouth line a little bit so you can actually see it. It's good. Again, we need to come up with an eye shape. Figure that out. So that's the next fun part of this. So one thing I have to keep in mind is the backstory for the eye. So she's not going to have a totally normal eye. Okay. And this is really bad, just kind of sketch setup here. Okay, back down. I don't know if I want to have like the eyelash like flare on the edge or not. We'll have to see. So that's like one option. We can even do that. Not my favorite look. Probably won't do that. But we're just going to go through a couple of eye iterations to kind of nail down what look I want. Because that's an important thing that I haven't really gone back and looked at for a while with these characters. I haven't really gone back and adjusted their eyes and their design too much. I did adjust one of my other main characters' eye, and part of their equipment. I adjusted a little. Let's see. I basically never do like a fully enclosed eye for my stuff. I don't hate that though. For this particular character, that could work. Yeah, that actually might work the best. Let's see if I throw in a little bit more. Like maybe that actually isn't terrible. I don't hate that. Then eyebrow. What do I want? The full eyebrow? Do I want like the little weird dot some people do halfway in between? I don't know. So I think let's kind of play off of that a little bit though. So I'm gonna roll with let's see. So that I wanted, this is going to be the closest one that I want. So let's just erase these other ones real quick. So one thing her eyes do is they kind of change. So we're going to say this is like one version of the eye, and then we're going to make a normal version as well. So let's do that right now. Nope. See the problem with this pen right now. So let's just do that and that. Okay, so that out. Like I said, I don't normally like close off the eyes. spacer down. There we go. I need a size change in the between the two so I know which one's which. Okay, so something like that, maybe. Ditch that a little bit there. Yeah, that's not too bad. So that'll be it pretty much, I think. This will be the excited version and this will be the normal. That'll work out, I think, well. So we'll leave those off to the side right now and try and make this one right here. And so okay, so then we go that. Nah, quite. Okay, so wait, let's get in here. A little bit better. Okay. So let's do that. Yeah. Okay. Let's do yeah, let's call that right. Oops, there. Let's just no. Okay. Let's just extend that out then. There we go. That's a little bit better. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, so going to kind of thicken the line work up on this a little bit. Okay. There we go. And all of that is going to be filled in black. So I'm just going to leave that alone right now. Just kind of, yeah. All right. Might make that a little bit bigger, actually. Let's see here in a second. hole a little bit here. To match the face size a bit better. Rotate it a smidge. Drop it somewhere about there, I think. Yeah, I kind of dig that. I think that works. Eyebrow. I don't know about the eyebrow I have right there. It's not the worst, but I don't think it's the one I want. Let's see. Oops. No, that's not gonna give me that. Maybe the small, if the medium-sized eyebrow works for this. Let's tilt it that way a little bit. No. Right there. Yeah. Okay, so the other thing I want to do is grab that. And we're going to flip that horizontally. And we're going to throw that right there. Now the problem that is I need to do a perspective on it because the face is not right there. Let's grab that. Let's do that. Do a little bit. There we go. Now we get the right spot. And yeah, so it'd be about there, I think. Okay, so I might just leave the eye out on this, the second eye, but that's about where it would be. And then I'd have to adjust the, like, where the iris and pupil are. But other than that, I think it's good. So we'll just leave it right there. That's pretty much where it would be sitting if this were. So we'll just hide that. And not much of it will be showing anyway. I'm gonna roll with the classic anime. They have no eye. Boom. Vanish. The other option being the I can see your eye through your hair, but I'm gonna roll with the no eye. Oops, we're on the wrong. There we go. X, B, I, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna hide that as well. And let's drag these down below this, above the sketch, but below everything else. All right, so we've got the eye in there, which was really, I think, the last thing. Yes, so that's the last thing we need. As far as I can recall, we've got everything in here. Oh, we do need to put one line actually in here. So this line right here, we're going to pull this way. A little bit thicker than that. There, I think that works. Maybe not that drastic. Just slight separation. No, that's not it either. I need to get in a little closer. Actually, that probably needs a little bit of more curve to it too. There. Yeah, I think that works. Actually, we're gonna just erase that, I think. And yeah, because we're gonna say it just kind of goes in there. This is hiding the rest of it. Yeah, yep. All right, so we got that. Okay, just let that goes there. All right, that'll work for that. So let's look what's going on in here. Yes, let's do that right there. And oops, nope. Back to there. That's not the worst. Nope. We'll just leave it like that. Okay. I just need to check real quick. Oh, it's out here somewhere. There. Real quick. It's over there. It doesn't show. I'm gonna go with. I'll just leave it alone. I'm gonna say it has the. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say it has that the knee intact on the pants for the heck of it. Sure. I do need the shit. I do need the colors to match, kind of, at least. big fan of the red that I gave her. I think that might be closest I'm gonna get without actually sampling it. All right, so whoops, no raster there. There we go. There we go. Okay, so real quick, let's do this. Oh, I need to, that would be helpful. Do that with, hide the sketch. That, wow, that is real. When you put that like that, yeah, I need to adjust that shoulder a little bit before I jump to this. Shoot. Okay, so let's do this real quick. That's not too far off, but it is off. So whoops, not that. There we go. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so stitch that. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better because it's at a strange angle, so it's going to be a little weird. Let's get in a little bit. So let's do. Is that going to make it look better? Maybe. Yeah, that's a smidge better, I think. Let's drop this a little. Maybe if I did that, that helps too. Yeah. Oops. There we go. So just some slight adjustment to that bit there. Thicken. There we go. Yeah, we'll do that. And then stitch that last little bit there. Okay. And then what I don't really understand with some of these is why some are yellow. I guess that's kind of where it starts to taper. Is the difference, but yeah, some of them are yellow, some of them are green points. Need to kind of look into that a little bit more, I think. All right, so I think that helps quite a bit. So let's get back to trying to mask this whole situation up. All right. That bit and that bit. Let's get in a little closer. Okay, so it jumped into there. Don't want that necessarily. We do want inside there. So now let's go. Let's grab the okay. So we're going to grab this. Pull this off through here. Oh right, we want actually the opposite. Oops. So we want it to go this way. There we go. All right. Okay, we're going to push this a little bit farther out that way. So let's see, what I'm doing right now is just kind of adjusting how far this goes in so that do the masking. It's where I want it. There. Okay. Push this a little bit that way. Shift. That included. We just go to there. On that. Yes. Let's see. So I got that. Okay. And this does a pretty good job all on its own, and I really don't need to get too fussy with it, but I'm going to because I can right now. So wait, I was adding that. So, is that right? Yeah. Okay. Slide on up here. So there's like little parts where it gets a little weird. Like that. Little dot and stuff. There it gets a little close. Close, the opposite is what I want there. So let's do that. So I can push it back a little bit. All right, I think that's pretty good for most of this. Like right here is a little close. Okay, it's all good there. All right, back to where we started. So go here, and we're going to layer mask, mask, I think selection is what I want. Yes. Okay, so real quick, just make sure. Oops. Nope. Nope. Oh, I hate that. Okay, so then forward one. When you set a mask, it automatically selects that mask to be drawn on instead of selecting the layer the mask is attached to. So I always get, that always happens where I forget that, and then I start drawing and I'm like, why isn't it working? Because you're actually drawing on the mask and not the layer the mask is applied to, so that creates problems. Alright, so real quick, we'll just throw down the red. We've got this kind of, let's go a little bit more pink, light tannish color here. Then we've got more of a tan. Wait. Oh dear. Okay, so I need to get rid of that line, actually. Because that was supposed to match up with that, and that's not happening now because I added a neck. Alright, so let's real quick, let's go to this line. Ditch that, because I don't need it now. Okay. Better. Okay, so yeah, we'll just save that. That is fine the way it is. Okay. So that is interesting. Okay, so back to this layer. And the pants are like an orangish tan. Hit that. Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah, we'll just throw this down on it for right now, and then we can like kind of fade it out later, since the frayed ends would probably be lighter than the actual rest of it there. Okay, so we got that. Yeah, I like that kind of pinkish tan for the hair. Let's actually grab that real quick and take that down. Goggles are like a brownish color. So let's do the strap, one color here. Do that connection bit. Yeah, that's fine. Do a little more of a gray for the surrounding bit. Then we'll do silver for that connection there. So actually what I'm going to do there is I'm just going to delete that line because that's too close to the hair. I would either have to bring it out farther, which I don't think would happen, would look very good. So let's go again and erase a line there. And we'll just fill that with the pen in a minute. So yeah, okay, so now back down here, back over to the paint bucket, do the wraps with this kind of lightish gray bit, and again we missed a line here. Let's delete that one, and we'll fix it when we get to it. Okay, so back over here. Grab this. Yeah, that's good. I'll roll with that. Okay. So, yeah. That's the like green color I went with for this dragon skin stuff. And I think technically it would be there as well, since she's kind of hunched over. Might change that to skin color. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, so skin. A bit more. Let's see. How's that look? Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. Oop, I missed the. Alright, so we got that. So, we're gonna have to like erase that out. Just get that painted in. It's that same color for the attachment bit there. That wouldn't be metal. I don't remember what color eyes I gave her. Should figure that out. It's kind of an important detail. We'll get there. All right, so quick though, we will do straight black for these and people. So really the only thing I use straight black for is line work and pupils. Everything else would be like a dark gray, so I can change the shadow and light on it easier. I don't recall what color eyes I gave her. That'd be kind of cool to give her like really pale, like ice blue. Don't know why that took over the. I'll have to think about the eyes though. They could be one color when she's just relaxed and normal, and it could be a totally different color when she gets excited / angry. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to go back and look and see if I ever gave her an eye color. Because I legitimately do not remember if I did or not. So that's a problem that we'll have to figure out. Alright, so we got. Let's get in a little closer, make sure we get all these worked out. All right. Grab this gray brown edges of this. Throw that right there, I guess. And we're just going to go in and we're going to kind of fill in these little spots that don't have totally filled. Which are inevitable because it's just not going to fill it all the way up for every little bit. Especially in like tight little corners like that, it's not going to go through. Like that. That. I'm surprised it got all the way down into the tip of the earring there. Alright, let's focus. Alright. Here. Push that a little bit. Okay. Grab the red. Put that. Go there. Pink looks like it went pretty well. Just a little red. This one. Push it a little bit farther. There we go. So pink went pretty well. Finish out the red stuff here. I'm not going to fill that little tiny gap. Okay. I think that's all the red. Okay, we do have some of the bandage. Wrap, or the wraps that we need to that color. That. And this is another one of those little slow parts where just going through and making sure everything fills. Oops. The whole little section. Definitely not what I would call exciting, but important. Definitely. Okay, so let's grab this color here. We are going to have to put that in. And I will be adjusting color on this one. Gonna fade it. So we'll pick a lighter color of that and just fade it out toward the tips of the fray. So yeah, that will be something we'll do once we get all this stuff down. Once we get all these little tiny bits filled up here. Hand looks pretty good. Here we're going to fill. Push that. Got that little spot. Okay. Looks like we got everything kind of filled all the way through there. And I'm actually going to pick that color right there and I'm going to fill the goggle glass with that exact color because I think that's a good color to fill it with. I think it matches what would be in there. So let's get in here real quick. And we're going to put this in. Try to keep it solid. we'll worry about painting the black back in a second. Get this white done. Again, it's not full white, because that's not how I do it. So let's grab this real quick. Do it that way. Go for black. And back this way. And sometimes the computer has to catch it back up. Alright, so let's zoom that out. Not half bad. Alright. That is all of the flat color done. So let's real quick, let's grab that color there, and we're going to go here. We're going to go in here, and we're going to fade that back toward the. I don't know if this is good. Yeah, there. Yeah, that's fine. That works just fine. Get in a little closer here. So I think I need to be extra light. Let's try that. Now let's move it this direction. The other thing that might kind of help is if I put a spot of the lighter version at the end of it, that would probably have helped as well. Because this pulls, yeah. So we're going to go this direction like this. Again, I need to swap the nib out on this thing, so it's really bad. Let's do. Let's go that color. Just put that right there. There we go. So yeah, let's do that. Let's put a little bit of that on the tip. Help get to where I'm going a little bit faster. Now brush. Yeah, working a lot better there. And it helps me avoid that green, pulling that green into it. So we're just gonna, again, a little bit right there, back to my brush, work it through. Brush. Just a little bit back and forth, not a big deal. And this is one of those details where it doesn't need to be this. You don't need to put this much effort into it. I'm going to anyway, but you don't have to. It's not, I think it's, again, it's far away from like the face. It's not very big. People aren't really going to notice too much if you decide to do something a little different. A little little green got pulled through. All right. And you could just, like, for something like this, and I don't know, you don't have to fade anything if you don't want to. I decided to because she's worn these for a very long time. This is like her outfit, so she's from the desert. She does a lot of difficult jobs, things like that kind of count into stuff like this. For me, a little bit of the backstory kind of situation playing through. So that's why I'm doing it. Again, not something you have to do by any means. If you don't want to fade phrase on jeans, if you want to draw them totally differently, that's all to you, up to you. This is the way I decided to draw them. Oops, not him. Like, I mean, if you look at One Piece, they're like the fray drawn on that is, it looks like fur more. Stuff like that. Point being, you don't have to do any of this. This is just how I do it. Everyone can do their own thing. I don't know why I was... Okay, that makes more sense. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, so it's got like a little bit of a gradient, a little bit of fade to the ends of it. I like that. Personally, that's the thing I think is nice. Now I have to do kind of scales on the arm bit there and on this part here. So and I'm trying to get like a decent, that's not too bad. I actually kind of like that one. So let's get in here. Actually, yeah, real quick, we're just going to we'll start with the single scales. Okay, there we go. So I'm just gonna go kind of throw down, like I said, the single scales. And then we'll go through and we'll do slide this way. Slide that this way. Then I'll go through and I'll do like doubles and triples and stuff. And we'll merge it all down after the singles here. Okay. Nope, that was good. here, rotate that slightly. Not exactly what I meant to do. Oops. Alright, so we're going to curve this a little bit. I'm making so many of these layers, but alright, let's go. We're going to merge them all down, so it's not that big of a deal. So out here. So I'm going to change some of those into doubles and triples and stuff. So, and then we're going to nope. Up here. Put that right there. All right, we are making some progress. Real quick, right there. Over here. Slide this over here. Yeah, we'll put that right there. And let's put this. Maybe like right there. Yeah. Can't figure out what happened there. Okay, so let's slide you over there and just delete that one. All right, so got a lot of pieces down here. I don't know if I'm gonna put one in there. There. Okay, so again, we've got that kind of down. just kind of mix up a little bit. Looks like we kind of lost a little bit of definition as we copied it, but you know, it happens. Again, this is 150%. No one's going to see that close. It's not that big of a deal. Hit that little spot there. One thing you should know when you're like doing stuff like this is most people aren't going to notice the things that you do with your work. Most people don't know, like, oh, that should have been like an inch higher, or it should be a slightly different color. No one's going to like it. They're going to like it just fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. See, yeah, I copied it so much that it like changed color. That's pretty crazy. Okay, let's do it that way. So yeah, let that sink in real quick. I copied it so much, it changed color. So it was all the same color here. Somewhere over here it got darker and darker. That's pretty bad. Whatever. Oh right, because they're all on separate layers right now. I should probably merge those all down now. Let's merge these all. There we go. Let's try this. No, that needs to be on top. Yeah, I did think that might happen. So let's. Yeah, we'll just leave it a slightly separate layer, I guess, for now. Whatever. So we'll go up on this layer and we'll put them on the same layer as these. Then. I could literally just kind of go over these and change them kind of back to the right color ish. And I totally could have just done all of these by hand, and it probably would have been just as quick, because it's just a fish scale. Essentially, it's just a scale. But I have the tools to do it the other way. Save a little bit of time, maybe? I doubt it. But just why not, I guess, is what I came to. Nope. There. Okay, so let's. Hello, Becky. How's it going? Let's get a look here. Let's get in here a little. Let's do. All right, let's put another single in there. Let's put. Actually, let's grab that. Slide that over there. I don't like that so close. How's it going, Becky? Slightly different double. Okay, we'll do a double. This way over here. All right, so that's good. I think that works. Oops, keep doing that one. That kind of orientation. Again, we're gonna slightly rotate something right there. Help it match orientation of the way other things are. So, okay, I think that's pretty good. Do some singles on the edge there. Okay. Yeah. I think that just kind of helps a little bit. There we go. Got that all nailed down. Eye color, though. I don't know about the eye color. It also probably doesn't help that that's the only blue in this entire design. I don't love that. We don't necessarily want to go red. Orange, maybe like a green. I don't know. I still have to go back and check and see if that's the right color anyway. Thing I could do is kind of push blue. Let's grab this color here and push it a little bit more white, and we can fill. That way it's not the only blue, and it gives that kind of the look of glass as well, a little bit more glass look to it because of the bluish tint. Maybe a little bit more white. Yeah, still bluish, but a little more white. There we go. All right, so got that pretty much done as far as flat colors go. So that's kind of exciting. Now, no, so if I go underneath it, it's going to do that. Like that. What if I do it like that? Maybe what? Merge. Nope. Still gonna do it. All right. So let's. Let's try this up onto that one. Let's merge these. Merge selected layers, and then let's grab this and drag it down onto that, and we can delete that. There's got to be a better way to do that, but that's what I'll use for now, I guess. So yeah, we've got that. Guess we could start shadows on this. Still have like 15 minutes, so guess we will attempt some shadow work. Is there? Yeah, okay, so let's just real quick like this. Let's duplicate this layer, which probably would have been what I should have done. I can just delete everything on that layer, slide it up over here. Shading. Cool. Sure. I'm going to do like a purple. Let's go like there. Let's go for only to this layer. If I hit that, boom. She's totally purple. Darken. Probably multiply. It's going to look slightly better. Yeah. Layer. Yeah. Subtract. That looks super weird. Interesting. Oh, lighten. Ooh, she's pastel. That's kind of cool. I actually kind of like that. That's neat. Interesting. Screen. Again, lighter kind of pastel look to it. I might keep that in mind for other stuff. Actually, overlay is not bad. I think let's look real quick and see what. So yeah, there's a difference there. There's a difference there. I might go with overlay for this one. Let's look at some of the other options real quick. Soft light, a little bit more muted. Hard light's gonna be, yeah, super dark. Difference is weird. Vivid light, pretty weird. Because it like makes it darker and also more vibrant at the same time, which is interesting. That's actually not half bad right there. The pin light. So I might go pin light or overlay. Definitely not hard mix. That's another one that's kind of neat. I like that. I wonder what, like if we move this up above that. No. Whoop, no, not that. We did the whole layer above it. That. That's kind of neat looking. These are things I have to keep in mind for other stuff. So exclusion, darker color is going to show that, lighter color is going to show all the stuff underneath pretty much, except for the black. Interesting. Divide, super interesting. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Saturation, just like muted everything down. Color, brightness. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, I think I might go pin light or what was exclusion? No, what was? It wasn't hard mix. I think it was pin light. Yeah. So Might do pin light or overlay. We'll see which one, but for now this is where we're at. Let's see. I always go with like upper right corner kind of lighting. I don't know why. It just works for me, I guess. Let's attempt to use this tool to kind of give me that. So let's see. We're going to let's start over here. Let's do is there a way to like set it to automatically add? We'll just, okay, so what we'll do is just we'll go through a little bit at a time, I guess. No, I want it to go the opposite direction. Let's go further out that way. It's kind of fun, actually. We'll see how this ends up, but kind of an interesting little experiment I'm running, I guess. That little bit right there is going to be okay. So let's just do that one. Delete that one. And then here, delete that. Yeah, let's see. Heck of it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Shut that. Whoop. Missed that little spot there. Something like that. That's kind of fun. All right. And like I said, this is just kind of playing with a different way of doing shadows at this point. I'm just messing around. There's no like precise way I'm doing this by any means. So we're gonna have to call this for today. About there, I think. So that's really interesting looking, I think. Kind of menacing. And if we drop that down, kind of gives us a more realistic shadow look. I don't know, we'll see. Phone going off. All right. So there we got that. So evil villain, normal person. I don't know. I'll probably just put up the flat colors for today. I don't think I'm gonna put up the shadows, but just something to have different look for. I'm gonna grab. Real quick, just throw down a quick little thing again. And again, just kind of sloppy, messing around, seeing how it kind of works. All right. Just kind of a fun little play. Yeah, I know. Like I said, just kind of a play around, see what happens. All right, well, thank you everyone who stopped in and checked what was going on. I appreciate it. Always nice to have people checking in and seeing what's going on. So thanks for that. So this is pretty much what we got done over here. Flat colors. Like I said, I messed around with the shadows just to look and see. Definitely not anywhere near done with that. I probably won't use that at all, but we'll see. Next time, it gives me something to play with next time. Start off. Yeah, so this right here is what we did today. All the flat colors, finished up some line work. Yeah, I'm here Mondays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. Pacific time. So tell your friends, your family, if they like art and they like chatting with people, asking questions, whatever. I'm here at that time on those days. And you can follow the art posts and stuff here with my Instagram, my Twitter, and Facebook if that's what you like. I always post my progress from my streams to those sites. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll be here again on Thursday, and I had a lot of fun today. I hope you guys enjoyed it a little bit. Yeah, so stay tuned for more of this piece. Getting close to done. It's not done, but it's getting there. We made progress today. That's the important part. Progress. I fixed her face a little bit, gave her an eye, which is nice. She has eyes, official eyes now that I can go back and reference if I do her. I need to make reference sheets for these characters, full-on reference sheets. I did it kind of once before, but I need to go back and do that again because they need to be updated. Their designs need to be updated a little bit. You know, we're being realistic here. They're from 2008-ish, so they could use an upgrade, parts at least. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping in. I really appreciate you guys. If you are watching from Mixer, which I don't know if anyone is watching from Mixer, they will be shutting down the site in July. So if you would like to follow me, same username on every platform. I'm on Twitch, DLive, YouTube, Facebook. Although the live stream for Facebook will be put onto my page later, so it's like, So yeah, YouTube, Twitch, DLive, Picardo, if that's your thing. Yeah, so you can follow and see the live stream there on those 4 things. Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for stopping in, and I really appreciate you. And stay tuned for more on this piece next time, because that's what we're working on next time. We're gonna try and knock out shading, highlights, and maybe throw down like a simple background thing. I don't know. Anyway, appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. And like, follow, subscribe, follow me on my social media there if you want updates. It also lets you know when I go live. I also have a Discord server where you can post your artwork, as well as seeing mine and like being a part of the alert there as well. There, that automatically alerts you when I go live. My other ones, I let you know ahead of time, like at about 30 minutes, I'm going live. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for